Hello again, and welcome to Calladitas podcast. We are into the new format and the new season of beauty, and today we want to talk about a topic that we don't know much about, but we kind of did the research because we also want to learn a little bit more, right? And it's about the history of makeup.
And when I tell you that I love makeup, but I never knew so much about it. Like I never
Yeah.
knew what goes behind makeup.
Yeah, yeah.
So I did
And I love makeup too on other people, but I just don't know how to apply it on myself. That's why I'm not big on it. I would be
which
amazing at it if I knew how to do it.
yeah, I've been challenging myself so much to like use makeup, and then I'm like, no, too lazy. I'm
I
like,
just
no.
I just don't know how to do it.
Yeah, maybe
This will inspire it.
learning about the history of makeup, maybe that will
Yeah.
make us try it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at the history of makeup.
Makeup, it has come, from what centuries back, since Cleopatra's time, right?
I've
What
never,
century
yeah,
is that?
3000 BC. I did not know that. Obviously, we know about Cleopatra, and when we think of Cleopatra, when we like imagine Cleopatra, what is the first thing you think?
Her eyes, her
I think the
eyeliner.
eyeliner, yeah.
Yes,
But
yes.
I've never related how this is like how makeup started. So do you
Yeah,
know
so
anything about?
so the makeup, the origins of makeup date back to the ancient Egypt, right? So where makeup was not only beauty, but it was also considered spiritual and a physical protection. So both men and women, they used the eyeliner. It was usually black or blue, like a dark blue,
Ooh.
and they will think that it will protect them from evil spirits,
Huh.
but it will also protect their eyes from the sand and the sun. Yeah.
What is made?
It was made of coal. How do you
Oh.
translate that? Kohl. So it says
Let me
here.
Google.
So they use a black powder apply around their eyes, and that symbolized power and divinity. So kohl not only enhanced the gaze, but it also had antibacterial properties, protecting their eyes from infection in a hostile environment like the desert. Egyptians also used essential oils and ointments to hydrate and protect their skin. And so they were also the first on using the skincare rituals.
Oh.
So would you
So
believe
coal
that
in
back then?
back then coal is the same in Spanish.
So kohl, it's
Coal.
like the el. Okay.
I
So
guess
their
it's a
formulas
product.
were often based on natural ingredients like honey, almond oil, and resin, which make
Oh.
them the pioneers of the makeup and skincare too. So they would take care of the skin a lot because back then the standards were like pale, clean skin, very soft. So the more you have of that, the more up in the society you wear.
So it comes from them, the whole whiteness. The whiter you
Yes,
are,
yes.
the
So the
more money you have.
Yes, so the makeup did kind of like went big, but when back then they discovered the tombs and they saw the way that they looked and the things that they use for makeup, then they started experimenting with makeup again. So back then they had the eye makeup, right? Let's say that the kohl was the most prominent cosmetic applied around the eyes to create dramatic almond-shaped look. And they believe it offered protection from the sun, the evil spirit, and the color was typical black or green. And then they have rouge, which is like a red ochre, and it was like the to add to their cheeks and lips.
To their cheeks.
So they have blush
Oh.
and
And
lipstick.
lipstick, yeah.
Yeah. So Cleopatra was known for having a unique red lipstick recipe that involved flour, red ochre, fish scales,
Ooh.
crushed ants, carmine, and beeswax. That was, let's make a lipstick out of that.
The whole crushed ants, I have so many questions.
No,
Would it
why?
be like the red ants or like just regular ants?
No idea.
So the
No
whole
idea.
red lip thing came from Cleopatra
was-
too.
We was Cleopatra. And then nail coloring. They color their
They
nails
did
too.
too?
They used henna as a stain to stain their nails, adding another element of, like, imagine red nails also comes from Cleopatra. So their ideal beauty standard was tall, slender figure with smooth skin. So pale skin and dark hair, dark eyebrows, dark eyeliners. So like that will accentuate the pale skin.
So funny enough, nowadays is similar but not similar. So nowadays the whole tall, fair skin, yes, but we still want to do the blonde, lighter features and stuff.
Do you want to know another fun fact? They also had a type of flat iron for the hair. They would flat iron their hair with some sort of thing that they used back then. I'm gonna probably put that reel in Instagram for people to see. So because they had this, they didn't have flat hair like that.
Flat hair, no.
And so they were the pioneers on that too.
Dang it.
That civilization was the pioneer of everything.
I mean, it's very exciting, but at the same time, they were the ones that started all the hard work for us years to come.
Yes.
Because like the stereotypes and the requirements started from that age.
Yes.
Or from that time.
Yes. So that will make them look like the goddess, the divinity. They were the perfect everything. And that will set them apart from the rest.
From the rest.
And I'm saying them because it was male and female.
Because
male back then also had very similar features to the females. They also have the hair very smooth. They also wear the makeup. They took care of their skin. So male and female, they were both had the same standards.
Very interesting, because nowadays men are not like they don't makeup and all of that, but back then, like they still did their eyeliner. Did they do blush?
Just not makeup. Men don't take care of themselves. Most of them, not all of them. Back then, they will do the bath. They will do the scented oils. They will do all the skincare that female do. Men will do too. And a beauty standard will also set men apart as being the divinity, as being the high power, the ones that are more put together. The more put together, you're more high on the ladder you wear. Yeah.
And that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't think, I thought of, because I did read a little bit and I thought, they did the eyeliner thing, but I didn't think that they did the whole skincare routine and the hair and all of that.
To be honest, for me, before researching, I thought this was all like a story that we've been sold, because I'm like, how do they know they did this? But the thing is that they did find the mummified bodies, which they preserved pretty well. Because they also had a ritual too. So they actually saw the bodies, and it was, they saw that, and they saw the paintings on the ruins. So it's a fact that they looked like that, like we see in the movies. Yeah. And they will even, I don't know if they necessarily wear fair skin color, but they will make themselves the lighter the better. So because you think Egypt, well, their skin was probably darker. Yeah, but when you get to Cleopatra and the people in high societies, they will use stuff to make their skin lighter.
So they will, the skin bleaching also came from probably those ages as well.
Yeah.
Huh, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
And then I do know that we're going through every era. What's the next era that you have?
So then in the Greek and Roman civilizations, makeup began to take a new social meaning. So in Greece, makeup was used to enhance natural beauty, but focusing on fair skin and rosy cheeks. Again, the lighter the better. Yeah. So they use light natural pigments such as lead white and things to lighten the skin, and a mix of crushed berry to color their lips and cheeks. That makes more sense to me.
So the cheeks, I understand, because you look more healthy with the rosy cheeks. But again, it's very interesting that you also have, you have Greece, that it's also going to have a tan skin wanting to be looking pale. Also being seen, the paleness being seen as the, I guess, higher, richer. They're not in the sun as much, so they have more money. So that makes them more beautiful. Yeah. Very interesting.
And then they even incur things that were bad, in detriment to their health, like it would get them sick. But they will do anything to make their skin lighter. Now, on the other side, the Roman women, they adopted things a more artificial beauty, where they used things that were really harmful for their health. Again, to make her skin whiter.
Ooh.
So in Rome, the makeup was but also a sign of wealth and social status.
So what did they do makeup wise?
They have actual cosmetics imported from the east, such as carmine for the lips and malachite for the eyes. And again, same thing, vibrant. They enhanced the paleness with vibrant colors. It was all about the fair skin.
So it's all about fair skin and the red lips and red cheeks.
Yeah. And then they have, the Romans also have fragrances, which will now translate to perfumes. So they have exotic fragrances.
And I have so many questions because I bet you they didn't bathe often, but they still had the fragrances. So that would be very interesting to be near.
Yep.
Smelling the fragrance and then the stinky.
And then all of this clothes that had also a lot of adornments on the clothes and the hair. Oh,
a lot of smell. Yeah, no, and then thinking about like the stuff that they're putting on their faces also have fragrances. So having all those smells,
all
and
this
then
mix,
that would have been terrible for us because we have a sensitive smell.
I can imagine it already.
Yeah, no, I would be at home.
So a curious fact that I learned when I was investigating this is, did you know that also a sign of healthiness and royalty was something that we complain about? The green veins. So they will paint the veins on their hands and their chest. Like they will actually paint them.
I don't think you can't see it in the video.
Can you see mine? Like mine are very there. Like,
so we would be considered royalty.
Royals. But yeah, so they will actually paint with makeup. They will paint veins on their hands and on their chest. So that will give them a status. And that was not only on the 19th centuries. That was also on Cleopatra's time, ancient Egypt, and Greece and Rome. And then all on.
Well, maybe we need to do some research because maybe we come from a royalty.
Who knows? Who knows? And you have the super pitch black hair too.
And then we are pale. Like, obviously, because we come from the Caribbean, we have the sun. But when we move here and it's winter, we are very pale.
Then you realize how pale you are. Like, I'm extremely
we all get very pale. So maybe we are. I don't know. Maybe we need to do some research.
I think it has something to do with the paleness. I don't think that necessarily means healthy. Because when I'm more pale, like now, it's when my iron is very low.
So when you were telling me about the veins and all of that, I'm like, so they wanted to look anemic.
Yeah, so they wanted to look sick because that was the beauty state.
Which makes, because questions I have. Because basically all of those things meant you had the money to do it, but looking sick, I would interpret it with like, as you don't have any money to eat, so you're poor, right? Yeah. But for them, that was the equivalent of having the money.
Yeah.
And I don't know, you probably know, but that era in where the bigger you were, the prettier you were, I would understand because you have the money to eat and be like...
Yeah.
So, but that's weird.
Back in the ancient times, the slender was also a standard. So being super skinny was also a standard.
Which again, I would completely not agree with because I think that shows that maybe you didn't have enough money to feed yourself, you know?
Yeah, so, but that's it. Again, the standard don't always make sense. It's just something that society goes by.
But again, we can't see that it comes from Egypt, so it's without making sense.
And it's a cycle. If you notice, it's a cycle, and it's like we keep repeating the same cycle. Remember, back in Egypt, it was the very skinny, pale skin, dark hair, very smooth. Then it started going in a cycle and goes to the Renaissance where the curves came, the puffy hair, the bigger the hair, the better. The tan, then that's where they start with tan skin. It's the same as now. Remember, we went from curvy to skinny. So I think it's the same kind of cycle that is coming back and forward.
So I think maybe makeup is the same. Well, not really, not yet. So
no, because with technology now we get more, so makeup is more.
No. But with the time frame that we're going so far, it's still the same, pale and then rosy cheeks.
Oh,
so it hasn't changed. Yeah. So it hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
so then we go to Renaissance.
Okay.
At the Renaissance, the makeup became even more spread around upper class. It was still that was still a sign of upper class, and makeup was still used by royalties and upper class. Pale beauty was a symbol of purity and nobility. Same thing. And they achieved that with the use of ceruse. What is ceruse? With C. Ceruse. An extremely toxic lead-based compound. So me imagino que era como un polvo que se ponían over it. This is makeup, no como antes.
And that was what they put in their chest to like make it white.
Oh. It was extremely like toxic, they say. But despite the health risk, women continue to use these products driven by the aesthetic, the ideals of that time. So hair and eyebrows were also very well threaded.
In Spanish, cerusa.
I don't know what that is. No. So they also thread their eyebrows and the hair off their body, and they have very elaborated hairstyles that we know.
This is where we get the
very fine eyebrows.
Very thin. Did they paint them? Did they paint them?
It doesn't mention that they paint them, but it does says that the standard was really dark, so I'm guessing they did paint them.
They did paint them.
Because it was pale skin and then dark eyebrows. And that's the period, of course, Renaissance is the period of art. So it was the beginning of makeup as an art, like a very elaborated, refined art. They did art with their hair. Remember all those hairstyles they did?
Huge.
So they start playing that makeup as a matter of aesthetic for the first time.
So I don't know if I'm like confusing the era, but I remember that it was the very paleness with the tiny red lips.
Yeah.
And then
puffy
the cheeks.
hairstyle.
And then the very
red
like
cheeks.
pink cheeks. And then
super white chest. They have
chest.
their like the very the super perfect chest.
Perfect.
With the,
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It always got me how they had like they painted their lips. Half of their lips were white, and then they only have like a little bit of like lips. And
but
they
now
were
imagine
red.
that they were using that ceruse thing to put on their face,
and then all
maybe
of that
that's why they got
going
sick.
Yes.
Maybe they got sick so much. And again, I think men also use makeup.
Use the makeup, yes.
So within the 20th century, and they still using both male and female. I would like to understand where that changed. I didn't research that part. When did men stop wearing makeup?
That is very curious, but I think it's making a comeback in where nowadays men are done using makeup. But we'll talk about that later because I have many thoughts.
You know where I think it may have been around the wars, probably. 19th centuries and in the war where they had to go to the military.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe. So 19th century, that's where makeup started to be for everyone.
Okay.
Because that's the time of the Industrial Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
Where they beginning to mass produce makeup.
Okay.
So before this period, the makeup was only for upper class, but with industrialization, it became accessible for middle class as well. Only middle class. So makeup products such as lipstick and powder began to be sold in containers now, instead of these things that they did at home.
Like mashing stuff together,
crushing ants. Now it was mass produced in industries. So that made that the morality of makeup changed now. So from royalty, now this big elaborated makeup were related to more of women of prostitutes. Yes. So they also experimented with more colors and hair and all of that. So that's when things kind of started changing now. The more makeup and more color you have, then the lower class
you are? Huh. Interesting.
It was a switch. It was a big switch, yeah.
So it's now the natural look is more the richest.
Yeah. But still same things, pale skin and something.
Okay.
Another curious fact that I found out is that the worse the economical conditions of the times, the more lipstick women buy. Did you know that? So they have shown, not so much now, because now there's other options, but back then, the worse the conditions were economically in a war on the la Tercera Guerra Mundial, la Segunda Guerra Mundial, se experimentaron las compras más grandes del lipstick.
But when
because
No,
No, I was going to say...
You go. No, you go. You go.
Go.
I'm waiting.
I was just going to say that when things get bad and people didn't have money, they could do little things to make themselves feel better and look better, which was buying like a simple lipstick because they didn't have money for the other adornments.
The whole thing, yeah. But that's the same thing that I was gonna say, because like think about it, when you feel like you're too pale but you don't have the time to do all of that, what do? You just put your little lipstick, and then that's it. And then that probably lipstick, you probably use it on other things as well, so
yeah,
that makes
so
sense.
exactly. So they say that when women didn't have the money to invest on the full thing, they
makeup.
will invest on lipstick because it's cheap, but it also like get their morale and make them look better.
But it makes me wonder the chemicals that were in those lipsticks, like
yeah, I know that until recent times there were like still bad chemicals on lipstick. I don't know the exact, but they was still like, I know that from, I don't know, like 10 years past, lipstick were harmful and we didn't know.
And then you eat and do all of this stuff and like
it's not only yours.
And do you have any other eras or?
Well, yeah. So then, in the 20th century was the explosion of makeup with Hollywood and the global influence that the movies. Even though I think still there, you couldn't see the color because it's still black and white, but you could tell that they had makeup. And then with the invention of the cinema and the rise of Hollywood in the 1920s, the makeup went a big transformation.
Okay.
And from there on, I think it's been like just a growing thing, right?
Yeah.
So the movies kind of inspired.
Do you want to go over the rest of the decades? Because I do have a question.
Go ahead.
Do you have like a favorite decade for makeup? Not health-wise, but the look-wise.
Makeup and beauty standard in general, like the 20th century, Marilyn Monroe's the starting of Hollywood, where they had
the puffy hair and focusing on the lips,
the red lips, and then they had this wing eyeliner that was not as thick as before, but it was like, and then they had the lashes.
Okay, because if you were to ask me about it, I think my favorite decade was the 60s with the whole hippies, like barely any makeup. I don't know if you want to go over like what the specific look
I don't. That doesn't even qualify in the history of makeup because it wasn't that much.
It was not existent. Which again, I think it goes with our personality when we like say that. But if I could reinvent myself, I would love to be like the 80s with the bright eyeshadows, like the green eyeshadow, the blue eyeshadow, the very puffy hair, like with spray all over.
I like it.
I would love to experiment with that. And that has it hasn't come back with the colorful
but the colors are coming back. They're colors.
But not like the 80s, because the 80s, you remember they put eyeshadow like all over the eye, like completely all over the eye. And I mean, I think that probably was so freaking fun. Very pleasing, but very like fun to experiment.
Yeah, I think it would be a little uncomfortable probably. When was the last time you wore makeup? What age? You remember? What age? I remember what
probably
age
my
I was
20s.
allowed to wear makeup for the first time. Really?
There's a difference.
You didn't wear it? Wait.
There was a difference between when I was allowed and when I...
Okay, what's the difference? Because you're allowed when you ask for it.
I didn't ask for it. I just wore it. First, so if you want to, like, the first time that I wore makeup, if you ask me the first time that I wore makeup, it was 7th grade. Because you're breaking now. Wait until you're... Okay, say it again. If you ask me the first time I wore makeup, it was 8th grade. Because I wore black eyeliner. I wore black eyeliner to school.
How old were you in 8th grade?
13.
Okay.
So I stole your eyeliner and I would wear it, like I would get out of the car and then go straight to the bathroom and then I would put my eyeliner, my black eyeliner. I didn't put mascara, I didn't put lipstick, I only put my black eyeliner and then my long earrings. And then once school was done, I would go to the bathroom and take it off. But you can't take black eyeliner.
No, you just have all this mush.
Yeah,
but to be honest, Mommy was so busy that she probably didn't even notice.
She didn't even realize. So if you ask me the first time that I wore makeup, that technically is makeup. I was
So that was
13.
your style? It was
black eyeliner,
and that's it.
And that's it. And that was my
as far as makeup.
Makeup wise, that was my style for like a long time.
Then
it became black eyeliner, mascara, and then black eyebrows. And then that was for a while.
I miss my black eyeliner so much. I think this is coming back. So I need to get myself one because I don't have one.
And then my black eyeliner changed for my black wing. That's what I miss.
That's what I do right now. I only do, but it's very light because then after I do it, then yo lo difumino so you don't see the line.
No,
But it will,
mine.
because here's the deal. My eyes, they have like a white line on top of my eyelashes. I don't know if you've ever
Oh.
noticed. Just like I have the veins. I don't know if it's a vein or what. So you could see my lashes look less, they look more full when I put the
The
line.
eyeliner. Well, I remember that I went through a phase, and that's when people thought that I was Hindu because I wore the eyeliner, and it made me. But that is the like. I mean, I need to. Maybe I'll get an eyeliner and like get back to it. I used to do like my little wing eyeliner, very thick,
I
so you
want to
could
get
see
one.
it.
Once you find, because, well, for people that are listening, this is how things work. I mean, I'm the oldest, but it doesn't really matter. She will find something that works for her, and then she will communicate it to me.
To
So
you,
once you
yeah.
find an eyeliner that
Eyeliner.
doesn't make your eye tear and doesn't give you allergies, let me
Allergies,
know,
yeah.
and then I'll get that.
But like nowadays, I want to do more colorful. So, for example, I got an eyeliner that's yellow, and I haven't used it yet
It
because
looks
I'm so
weird.
pale. But
It
I'm
looks
so
weird.
pale that you can't see it. So I need to like get a
Remember,
little bit darker.
you gave me your white eyeliner.
That looks so weird for
And
me.
the idea of it is so pretty, but when you put it on, it looks so weird. I gave it to
I've
Cara
seen.
because she's experimenting with her doll.
But I mean, but my thing is like I've seen women wear white eyeliner and it looks so pretty. It's just
Doesn't
that we don't know.
Maybe we're doing something wrong. It could
And
be that we're doing
I think
something wrong.
that goes I think that goes very into our next topic, which is what the power of makeup is. And I think that is our issue. I think we don't know. And I think it does come with how you were brought up because mommy didn't wear much makeup. I don't think we know what the power of makeup itself is.
Well, it depends. Remember, we grew up in different seasons, so you probably don't remember well. The mommy that I remember, even though she was like always on the field and on the sun, the mommy that I remember, she did not take off a red lipstick off her mouth. You don't remember that mommy,
No,
right?
I no.
Mommy always had red lipstick, and mommy, I think the other thing is their eyebrow was always like so put together. I don't know if she painted them or not. That and a colorful dress shirt was her thing.
Her
you
thing.
you could probably see it on pictures, but you don't remember.
No,
But she
the
always did that.
The mommy that I remember was the colorful shirt and then her hair done. So that's why for me, beauty is like my hair is done. And then when we talk about the powerful of makeup, for me is the power of hair. If my hair is put together and I don't have my makeup on, I'm fine. I look beautiful. So I think, at least me, I don't understand the power behind using your makeup to express yourself, your moods, and all of that.
Yeah. Because we haven't tried it, but I know it's there.
So because,
I know. I know that for me too, if my hair is put together, if I feel that my hair is good, I am set for the day, and I feel that I'm put together. It doesn't matter if I'm not dressed. I could be dressed on sweatshirt, and if my hair is put together, I'm fine. Now, if I have it on a ponytail or something like that because it's dirty, I don't feel the same way.
You don't feel as pretty.
Now, yeah, but now recently I have discovered like the power of red lipstick. I myself feel different, but I also see that you get treated different.
I see red lipstick as sexy.
I
Like
don't
when
know
you
if
want to
it's
feel
that,
sexy.
but
That is
you
how I
get treated
perceive it.
different. It's like you get more attention. Even if you're not using it for that, you get more attention. Something curious too. My son, you know how he is. He talks to you, but he barely look at you on the eyes. When I'm wearing red lipstick, he's always looking at me. And then he's trying to touch my face all the time. So I even get attention from him when I wear red lipstick.
Red lipstick. And so, and that is interesting. And you see that is the thing, because what you're telling me is that you have that confidence when you have that red lipstick, right? So
It probably is not even the lipstick. It's probably something that I'm projecting from within because I feel a certain way.
But for other women, it's the same with makeup. Like putting the makeup in gives them the confidence. And I don't think, I think we learned to get that confidence from other things, But
To be honest, in some point of my life, I also got the confidence from makeup. because again, I always had acne. So when I was able to cover the acne, I will feel good. But now that I don't have anything to cover, then I
You don't.
probably don't feel the need. So maybe that had something to do with that. You know, if you have some certain insecurities that you can fix with makeup, then once you cover it, then you have, there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that, but maybe that's where it comes from.
Comes from too. And then I also think it's like where you get your fashion from also helps a lot in how you see makeup. Because for example, to me, there's nothing that I find more attractive than French women. How French women dress and do their makeup and everything, their nails and everything.
Yeah.
And so they are very much about your skincare and very little about makeup. So when I try to recreate, that's what I'm going for. But then again, I see women with like colorful makeup and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh,
You're like,
I
I
would
wish
love
I
to do
could.
that.
Yeah.
Like to use it to convey your mood. When you're feeling very artistic, very fun, you could do like some color or whatever.
Yes.
And where you're feeling your everyday, then you can like not do it.
Yes, to be honest, I love, not that I know how to do it, but I love makeup in every sense. Like artistic wise, to make you feel better, to make you look good. The only part of makeup, and it's going away slowly, that I don't like is a couture one where they have to, like, I don't like that. I feel that's faking too much.
So
Don't you think?
yeah, I do it, pero I don't use like base or anything like that. I only use like certain things where my
There's certain
insecurities
things.
lay. I do it,
Certain
but
things, but
very
the fact
little.
of the changing everything.
So
Like, have
I
you seen those big changes?
I seen that for Asian women that they do the TikTok and where they change their face completely. Yes. Yes. But again, there's a power behind that, which I find very
There
interesting.
is. There is, but at the same time, I will feel like, me personally, I will feel, how would I feel when I get home and I take all of this off? Will I feel like
The
I'm losing my
insecurities
power?
will be, yeah, will the insecurities come out or
Yeah. So I'm like,
that's an interesting
I
yeah.
would like I love makeup and adornment to a point where I can still see myself on it and I'm not seeing a different person.
I am
Because
the same
then
way.
you look at yourself in the mirror without those things and you don't feel the confidence. For example, the big example, you know that they pierce our ears since we are like babies, right? So did you have the same feeling that without earrings you felt ugly?
Like a boy, yes. To this day, yes. I took my
I
earrings off
don't
for like
anymore
that
because
whole week, and I just feel.
you know what I do now? I take it off, and most of my time I don't have earrings. So now I feel I feel comfortable with the real me without the adornment. But when I put it on, I feel extra pretty. You know what I mean?
No, like I feel there are things like without my earrings, I feel like a man. Without doing my eyebrows, I feel like a man. Without doing my hair, I feel like a man.
Well,
Without those adornments.
those are the things that I've been working on breaking, because I'm like, well, the real me, when I have nothing on, I want to feel comfortable with
Confident
that.
in, yeah.
Like,
True.
I went through a season where it was not only the black eyeliner that you mentioned, but also mascara. I could not see myself without mascara, because I felt like a boy. And I will go out anywhere and I probably wouldn't put makeup, but I will put mascara.
Mascara,
And I'm like, I
yeah.
need to, something needs to change here. This is not necessarily the best. So going back to all this couture makeup where you basically transform, is like plastic surgery every day. How would you feel when you take it off and you look at yourself in the mirror? Forget about the boyfriend or the man, and then you wake up being a different person. Forget about that. I don't care about other people. You. How would you
So
be able to look at yourself in the mirror and feel like this is a different me?
So that's it's not an issue, but that's what I have. That's why I focus so much on skincare and I use very minimal makeup, because my focus is the days that I don't have makeup, I still want to feel like me, you know?
Exactly.
But it would also be awesome that one day I could be completely different, that I can be like look completely different and be a completely different person. I wouldn't know how to do it though, but it will be amazing.
That's the thing, that once you are comfortable with yourself without all the adornments, then when you put things on, it makes it extra fun, because you're like, woo, now, okay, look at me. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm going to this special thing and I'm going to put all this makeup and it's going to be fun, but it's not going to be a slavery
to it.
of
Okay.
every day.
Now that we're talking of like makeup as an adornment, how do you feel about men wearing makeup? Because we did talk about the history and we talked about how men wear makeup to show like their status and all of that. How do you feel about men wearing makeup? Because I don't know if you're like on TikTok or like if you've seen that there are more men that are like wearing like powder, doing their brows, doing their mascara. Do you think anything?
I don't think anything, I don't see anything wrong with it. I think we already spoke about our type of beauty in men, and I like men that look put together and taking care. We both grew up in Puerto Rico where men take care of their
each other.
faces, and they take care of their eyebrows,
yeah.
and the beard is very well put together. They have to paint it. They will paint it to cover the little things. So I wouldn't mind if the man will put powder or a base. I mean, I don't know about blush. And again, it all depends. Because if you are, si tú eres heterosexual o si tú eres homosexual. Si tú eres homosexual, I think they look gorgeous.
Gorgeous, yeah.
I love to see how they look. Pero si tú eres heterosexual, maybe there's certain things like blush,
but I've
lipstick.
seen like
There's nothing more, I'm not gonna say beautiful, but there's nothing more attractive than a man with their beard put together, their eyebrows, and their lips not actually color, but like, you know,
completely
the
kind of then chapped.
yes, and the chapstick makes it like not glossy, but like, you know, healthy. Looks healthy.
But the perfect example, look, Korean men. They wear face powder.
And they look good. Korean men, I think they're bringing a different standard. Now that, it's not that they're doing this new, but now that they are on Netflix and all of these movies, I think they're bringing a different standards to men. They're like, oh,
I think
so men can do
like
this?
a perfect example when we talk about makeup and man, and like for men. Like they do powder. I think they fill in their eyebrows and stuff like that. But I also think it's like also the same thing as a connection of confidence, of building confidence. So I feel like so long as you're confident, I think it does work, you know?
Yeah. What I don't, again, same thing as with women, what I don't believe is becoming a slave of that. Como que, por ejemplo, Sammy Sosa, that, I mean, let's be honest, you look weird. You need to know what works on you, right? You can't just try to go pale and put all this makeup to look white,
which is the same.
White. That goes to women too. But now we have so many options to match your skin color. Men
but
could
then
do
we
that
also
too.
have, when we're talking about the extremes, we also have the women that are white but they want to be tan, and they're slave to the makeup because they go tanning but they can't tan their face, so they have to paint their face to match the body.
Their face.
So I think I do think that I do love makeup, but I love the makeup, like you said, so long as it's an adornment, as long as it's something adornment, that you use, an expression, yes. But the time that you like take it off and you see yourself, you're not like shocked or being surprised about who is this. You're still comfortable with your own skin who you are. So I have a question for you, because I did tell you the first time that I wore makeup. Do you remember the first time that you wore makeup?
I don't remember the exact person. I don't remember. The first time I wore makeup, I went to mommy and asked her for permission.
Oh, you're so nice.
And she did my makeup. I was 15. I was not 15 yet, but it was the times of the quinceañeras. So I was going to my first quinceañera. And I asked her if I could wear makeup, and then she did my makeup.
Did she do it good?
I remember it's the blue eyeshadow. She did good. Because again, she did it. But back then, blue eyeshadow was a thing.
I was like...
So she did blue eyeshadow, and she did the eyeliner. That's when I fell in love with the black eyeliner. But she didn't allow me to wear makeup every day. But I was able to wear it very often because not everybody was turning 15. So we were going to all of these 15 parties. And for the parties, she would do my makeup, and then eventually I learned how to do it myself. But it was the blue eyeshadow with the
eyeliner,
mascara, a black eyeliner, and she gave me a very light rosy lipstick. She did not let me use foundation or any like that. So it was like, now that I think about it, it must be probably weird to have all this makeup on the eye and the mouth
But
and nothing on the face.
funny enough, that's what I do. I don't wear foundation. I've never wear foundation.
That's what I do now too.
If I
That's what I do too. The only thing is that I cover
I cover here, but I don't wear
under
any.
eye.
It comes. I guess it comes from her. Like I do all of this.
Whether to be honest, I am too afraid to clog my pores with foundation because I used to have this issue with acne for my whole life, and I'm like, now that I finally got it clear, I don't want to mess it up. So I'm so afraid to mess up my skin
Then you don't want to do it.
I don't want to wear anything. And when I wear it, as soon as I'm done, I go check it off and I just deep clean and all because I'm freaked out with that. It's gonna mess up my skin.
I feel very clownish when I wear foundation. So it's also that.
Maybe you're not wearing.
So I do when I do wear it, I wear like BB cream or CC cream that's like very light sun protection. That will work. Yeah.
I have one that is from the same. It's a clinical foundation. And that's why I use it because it supposedly doesn't clog your pores, but it also has anti-aging. It has sunblock, and it's very light, which is a must for me because I don't like to feel the makeup on me. It's uncomfortable to me. So when I wear like for special occasions, that's what I wear, and it has.
But to me, it's very interesting, and I think it goes with our personalities. How we each wear makeup for the first time. I think
I went and asked for permission.
I stole the eyeliner from you. I don't know. You probably
because I was obsessed with eyeliner.
And I remember that it was like an eyeliner, like it was like this size. It was like halfway through. Yeah,
it was already done. It was probably you definitely got it from me because mommy never. I don't remember mommy ever wearing eyeliner.
I don't remember mommy wearing eyeliner at all.
Never. The most that mommy have worn is mascara, lipstick, and sometimes a little bit of blush. Sometimes. And that's now because back then she never wore
nowadays she puts like foundation and all of this, and she's always telling me like I don't feel like it's me, and I'm like, well, mommy, that means you gotta play a little bit until you find what feels like you. Yeah.
Get comfortable and find
the mommy that I remember, she didn't wear a lot of makeup. So.
Well, again, she didn't wear a lot of makeup, but she did, the one I remember, she did always wear that red lipstick. And it was I think it was her power in the feel. Because remember back then there weren't that many females in that field. And most of the females will adapt to a male environment. The outfit that they wear. Remember mommy's friends. They were all very masculine dressed because that way they will find respect from
the workers,
The workers, right? And again, seeing mommy now and see how, like, thinking about mommy back then, it makes me feel so proud because she was doing all these things without even knowing. She will identify herself and set herself apart by the way she dressed in that red lipstick. She would still wear jeans, she would still wear the boots, but she had colorful shirts and she had lipstick. She didn't know what she was doing, but she was setting herself apart. No, I'm a woman. In here, I'm a woman.
Use her femininity as power. And then let's be honest, her jeans were fitted. So her figure, she didn't hide her figure.
Very tight.
Like mommy nowadays is completely different to mommy now and then. So,
yeah, she's different.
But she used her femininity as power. And it was her power in the field. And it set her apart. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And so I remember that red lipstick as her signature thing that she would wear, and I would remember her reapplying it in the field.
And I know,
reapplying the red lipstick. Do you remember Patria?
Yes, I do.
Mommy's friend, Patria. Do you remember her with the red lipstick? Because they used to influence each other. Patria was not in the engineering field, but she got influenced by mommy, and mommy got influenced by. So that signature red lipstick that you remember Patria with is how mommy used to.
But funny enough, you're saying that mommy influenced the red lipstick for you. It was influenced from mommy, right? And this is not makeup, but for me at work, jeans and a shirt and a dress shirt. It's so mommy, but it's like so me too, and like. Yeah, and so it's like it's funny how it like influences. But
it's funny how when I wear jeans and a shirt, I don't do it very often. But when I do, my oldest son we're like, "Why are you dressing like Abby?" So
it's
that's
still her
signature.
But that's it's not like the shirt has to be tucked in. It has to be a dress shirt. It has to be tucked in, and it has to be colorful with lines.
Tie sheet and tie jeans. Tie jeans. A dress shirt, but it has to be colorful, but not like crazy colorful.
Pink,
colorful
blue,
like navy blues, pinks, and then straight lines and maybe some flowers here and there. The shirt has to be tucked in, and she always wore a belt. I don't know how she did it because belt don't fit in our bodies. But she always wore a belt, and she always tailored her jeans.
Yep.
They were fitted.
And so right now she gets on beef with me because I tailor my jeans. She's like, I don't know how you do it, and I'm like, I learned it from you. So
you did it.
Okay, and so before we change, I want to go over, and this is, if we go to hair, can we go to hair?
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you if there's any other signature style that you remember from Mommy that you you took it, you made it yourself, you don't even know it.
Dress-wise. The muumuu dresses. She didn't wear, it wasn't a muumuu dress, but it was like a A-line dress.
Is this A-line dress? Yeah. So when she was not in jeans and a shirt, she was in a muumuu dress.
It wasn't a muumuu dress. It was an A-line dress that like showed and didn't show. Mm-hmm. And that was her thing, and I was like judging her, but then nowadays I'm like, she got it.
Now that's your thing.
I'm like, she got it. She knew exactly what she had.
Yeah.
And then what else? Clothing wise, I think that's it. Yeah.
That's it. She would wear that dress with a brown sandals. They were always kind of the same style. And now that I look back, you do the same.
I do, but mine are like chunky. Were they chunky sandals too?
No, they were flats.
Because mine are a bit chunky.
It was usually brown. There was usually brown flat sandals. I don't know. They were different ones. It's not the same, but it was the same style.
What about you? The dress. Yeah. What about you? Do you have any similar beauty things that you got from Mommy?
No, because other than the lipstick, I think that's it. From Papi? No, not beauty wise. Did you grab something from him? I mean, he also had that, but I don't know if it's the times. But he also had that shirt, colorful pattern shirt thingy. I don't know if that was a thing because I also remember Tio Rafael wearing that same
Papi,
kind
I
of shirt.
grabbed the straight jeans. Because he always used to wear the straight jeans. And then the dress shoes. I love wearing jeans with dress shoes.
But now, again, we remember a different Papi because the Papi that I remember, it was never wore jeans. He always had tailored pants. Usually beige pants, light color pants with white shirts and light shirts too. I don't remember him in jeans. The Papi remembers in jeans
and colored t-shirts.
You see how things are so different. Like, I remember Papi on tailor pants, even if we were going, like, and the other bottom that I can remember Papi is bathing suits. But other than that, he was always on tailor pants, just like his dad.
No, I remember Papi in jeans, and he had, like, the light wash.
And always wore a belt.
Papi always wore a belt.
If there was no belt, then the outfit wasn't finished.
So another thing that Another thing that I also got from Papi is that I prefer, and you have this too, you don't even realize, I prefer light washes jeans. I don't like dark wash jeans. Papi always wore light wash. Mommy wears dark wash jeans. I don't like dark them. Wash. Even for work, I have one pair and it's very randomly. But if you pay attention to Papi in the pictures, he always wear light wash jeans. That's another thing that I also got.
I never thought about it, but I do like watch.
That's another thing.
For some reason, I don't even know. I can't even tell you why.
That's another thing that I got from him. And then another thing that I think I got from him, but I don't know if I got it from Mommy too. I don't know like which one of them. But from him that I got is that even if like right now my nails are not painted, but they're still well done, like clean manicured nails, even if it's undone.
That's why I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say about Mommy always. Not always. But that's what I was going to say, that maybe that's why we like or prefer that type of men put together, because our dad was always put together. I don't remember Papi despeinado. Even in the house. He always had his nails, like he would, like, done nails, but they were not done because he didn't do manicure, as far as I know. Maybe he did.
I remember seeing him cutting his nails, but not filing it.
I never saw Papi with I never saw him with long nails or with the cuticles or anything. He always had his. He was taking care from head to toe, all of the time. And like even now, sometimes I'm talking to him, and he's gonna put the FaceTime, and the first thing he will say, "No me he peinado, pero voy a prender la cámara."
And then
So he He has
Very.
that
And
very
so
like
I don't know if your memory,
there.
and I don't have the memory, because if I had it, I would tell you about it. But I have my memory on el perfume que abuelo usaba. And I've been trying to find it. I know it was musky.
If I can
So
if
if
I
I
can
can explain.
okay, I can smell it. I can smell it right now, but I can't explain
Exactly.
you what it was.
Yes.
But I can still smell it.
That
I know what
perfume,
it
I've
is.
been trying to find this perfume, and the closest that I can get is the Bath and Beyond mahogany wood, take wood, whatever. It's not exactly it, but it's the closest, like that musky smell. But yes, and I've smelled it.
Okay,
What?
do you know why I did that? You know it because tu sobrino
Yeah,
got that.
No.
Oh, you knew it? So he got the
Uh-huh.
he got the mist and he got the hand cream. No,
Huh.
the cream, the whole body cream,
Huh.
and he got that scent.
So
Yeah.
So that is the closest I can find. So there you go. I'm not gonna go into it because it's a different podcast. But it goes
Not
in
yet.
what we've discussed about. But yes, that is like the closest perfume, and I've only smelled the perfume that he had. I've only smelled it on one person before, and I can't explain it to you because era como que a mixture between the perfume and the clean clothes. But again, that also goes with makeup and confidence during that time. There it goes.
You have to ask Tia. They probably know because they probably use the same thing
so
their
they
whole
probably
life.
know.
So Tia
Okay.
probably know. But that's another thing. Abuelo also was always very put together because he was in the military. So maybe that's where
And
Papi
then
learned
abuelo
it from.
the,
the
you put together. But then abuelo on mommy's side was also always put together.
He was-
Always. I remember
because he was also in the military
Because
in his
we're-
head. I think if he would have able to choose, he
military
would have
because I
been
remember-
military too.
that
he
mindset.
had
I
that
remember to this day.
mindset.
Whenever he would be woken up, the first thing he'd do was grab his shirt to put his shirt on. Because he had to always had a shirt on. Maybe that's where mommy got it without even realizing. He always put a shirt, even if it was like short sleeve or long sleeve. And that was like his confidence. The shirt was his confidence thing.
And he always had a con on his pocket. I don't know if it was a thing of the times, but he was always coming in his head. You remember that?
Yes.
He was always
See
doing
Theo,
his hair.
I see Theo doing the calm, and I see him, and I'm like, oh, ping pong.
He was always doing his hair. That's like, I don't see men doing that, but I remember him
But I think
always
that's also a
doing
confidence
his hair.
thing, you know. And I also remember, I don't remember the perfume Abuelo wore from that side. I can't even think, but
No,
I
I
do know that
don't.
he smelled good. That he had he always smelled good.
I think that's why we have this
Ingrained?
so into us, because both of our families, and saying our grandparents, but also everybody, they took good care of themselves.
And so, yeah.
All the time. I mean, I don't remember a person that is in our family. I don't know now, but back then,
I
us
don't
growing
remember.
up, I don't remember anybody that were like, what do you call that?
Tirado? No.
Put together? No, tirado? Never. None of them. They were all put together, but none of them was as a egotistic
yeah.
point of view. It was more part of my routine of taking care of myself. Everybody took good care of
and then
themselves.
I'm gonna go.
I get military family.
But then
I guess
I'm
that's
gonna
where
go
it's coming from.
on move to hair, and I think in our family, hair always played a huge in both sides. Hair played an extremely important role in both confidence and beauty. I think that having your hair done was the power for both sides of the family. Do you agree with me on that?
Yeah.
And so
I agree,
And so
100%.
yes, it was stuck in the whole standard thing that the straight hair was the beauty thing. But it is like I don't remember Abuela from Papi's side. I don't remember her not having her undone.
With the hair
no.
messed
And then
up?
I remember her
Always.
with having her nails done as well. Abuelo from Papi's side, I mean, I remember him with having his hair short all the time.
But always put together
no
too.
beard, no hair, no
Always.
nothing. And then like you said, Abuelo
No.
military.
Well, he was military.
Abuelo
in
from
the military,
from
so they
mommy's side.
didn't
I
allow.
remember him like always peinado. And then Tia, mommy's older sister, I remember to this day she always had her hair like rolled. and then when she took it out, it always looked good, and it was always put together. Mommy worked in the fields, but her hair was always like put together. So I think, and then when we started getting ready for the recording, us talking about like we didn't get a chance to like do our hair. I think for us, like hair is our armor. It's like what makes us beauty, and I think that's why whenever we like want change, it's our hair is the first thing that we change
our hair, and definitely it has to do with the things that you
believe me.
You know, we grew up with all this background.
And I wanted to talk to you about this because TikTok has been like giving me the itch, because TikTok is showing me like a lot of Dominican influencer and like beauty people, and they're doing like this keratin treatment, whatever, and their hair is like so long, so like flat and long and everything, and I'm like, oh my god, that looks so good. And nowadays that is so hot and I go outside and my hair gets poofy. But again, I'm starting to embrace, or I need to start to embrace, the curls and the poofiness, and then
they're more natural, because it doesn't have to be curls and poofiness, but the more natural you can lean to. And again, here's what I think. Again, the same thing that I was saying with makeup. If I get comfortable with myself natural, right? I could one day for a special occasion, or one day that I feel extra, I will get my hair straight and I will love it. But most of the time I don't have the time to do that. So I'm comfortable with who I am naturally when I don't have the time to put myself together.
Do you remember the first time you wore your hair curly out of the house, like for purpose, like there was a purpose to wear it curly?
It was like 2 years ago, when my daughter she chopped all her hair and she looked like a boy. So when she did that, I did the same, not as short, but I did the same. You remember I have red henna right here over here, and in the process of trying to get her to embrace her hair like it was, because I couldn't straighten that tiny little hair that she had. So I'm like, we have to embrace your hair. I started embracing my hair too.
Do you remember?
It was hard.
Because I was going to tell you, the first time that I like intentionally like wore my hair curly, I was in college. And it was because I was best friends with somebody that was like Puerto Rican, and she wore her hair curly, and she's like, just do it, whatever. And there were times that I was so busy that I would just like take a shower, wear my hair curly and whatever. But I do remember that it was very hard finding myself with curly hair.
For me, it was hard because,
and I match what I thought.
And I still feel that's what I was gonna say. I still feel like my face looks different when I'm wearing curly hair, and it probably does, but it's probably not
used
bad.
To it,
I'm just not used to it. So to add to the fact that I didn't feel comfortable, then my husband didn't like it.
Our family didn't like it.
So he will voice it out. He's like, why are you doing that? You don't need to do that. So I felt that I didn't like myself, but I felt that I wasn't liked by him either. So it was really hard. Like, I still look at pictures back then and I'm like, I don't like how I look. But now I'm wearing it again and I feel different. So isn't it that something
I think it's something from the
inside
out? And I also think it's like, because we never wore our hair curly, we don't know how to wear it. But it's the curly hair is very hard. So it's the learning curve of how to style it. And then appreciating it. I think like people always ask me why I don't wear my hair curly, and I always tell them, and it is indeed the truth, is to me curly hair is so hard and difficult. It's easier to just do my hair straight and be done. Curly hair, I don't even know the products to use to style it.
For me, I have found some things that worked better, but I don't think I found the one that works for me yet. But at the same time, like you say, it's so much more work, because when I do my hair, I just wake up in the morning like this and I just have to brush and that's it. But when I do curly,
you have to do your hair
and every day. And I know that there's ways that you can keep it overnight, but I cannot sleep. I cannot have my hair tied, because it gives me a headache. I cannot sleep. Okay, I have this issue where I don't know how to say it. It's not like I don't. It's not like I don't want to look not pretty, but I don't want to look weird, even to go to bed. I don't like it.
No, I don't like that either.
I don't like the bonnet hats and stuff like that. I don't like that. I like to look, to go to bed.
Feel nice, yeah.
Good. Yeah. So you can't keep you're gonna move around and the curly hair is gonna be a mess in the morning, so you're gonna have to do it all over again.
So my issue is I like to play with my hair a lot and like put my hands through and all of that. And I feel like curly hair, if you do that, it just poofs up.
You can't touch it.
And it just becomes its own little thing, and I don't like it. Some people like it, but I don't.
That's another thing. I can't. Part of my expressions, and this is something that, look, I have people that said it to me, like, to look professional, you need to stop playing with your hair. I'm like, this is my expression. Just like you express with the hands,
my hair,
I express with my hair. So part of my expressions is touching my hair. And not just expression, it's also sometimes is some sort of a
soothing.
How do you call this? Like calming thing?
Yes, for me
it's a soothing thing. Just like I hug my knees, I put my legs up and hug my knees, but when my body needs it, sometimes I do it with my hands. Sometimes I rub myself. I'm soothing myself. So with the hair, I'm soothing myself because social situations they take a toll on me. So in order for me to soothe, not go crazy in my head, and not turn, because my chest turns completely red, I have to do certain things, and some of it is touching my hair. So when you have curly hair and you touch it,
it has a brain of its own, and then se enreda too, and so I'm like,
that's another thing. When I have hair like this, I don't have to detangle, but when I have curly hair, I get these knots that, like, I will get like chunks of hair.
And then it's very well known in my family that I don't like to brush my hair. And when you have curly hair, you have to brush your hair. And so I'm like, nope, it's too much work.
So I guess it's what you get used to. For me, it's a lot of work.
And so, do we have any more thoughts about the history of makeup?
I just think that the history of makeup shows us that life and society is a cycle that repeats itself. And just like we said with beauty standard, this is just a cycle that is going to keep going around. And if you try to catch up, it's going to take a toll on you. So embrace the things that you like. First, know the things that you like. Know who you are and embrace the things that you like. That way you're not going to become a prisoner of the whatever is going around now. Because again, we don't want to be like we are now, that we look at pictures of and you're like, what was I thinking? Why did I look that way? But if we were ourselves, if we knew who we were, probably in 20 years, I see a picture of me now and I'm going to still like it because I wasn't following a trend. I was following.
And then if it's something that I learned from like the history of makeup is that, dang it, from the beginning of time, being white was what was pretty. So like you said earlier, I think that I need to figure out what I find beautiful and not necessarily what society finds beautiful, because we would never fit it. Because you're having people that, like from the Renaissance, people that were already white and they wanted to be even whiter. So I think that we're never gonna fit that standard of beauty. So like you said earlier, it's better to find our beauty, what we find as beautiful, and I don't know, play with it, explore it, try new things, but knowing what you kind of like and find beautiful.
Yeah, I think and not just what you like and feel beautiful, but what you have to work with what you have. Because sadly, if you have certain skin tone, you can't obsess with having the complete opposite. I am so pale. I have to work with what I have. I can't tan myself or wear something that is super tan. Now, working with what I have will be putting more blush, putting more color on my lips, and that way you play around with the things that you already have.
I think so too. I think it's just playing with what you have, learning what you like, and I think that it's where it gets me, that once you find what you like and what you feel comfortable in it, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to stop trying new things and see if there's other things that you can like that would make up as well.
Yeah, because at the end, what you are and what you feel comfortable with is also going to evolve. It's also going to change. So it's not like you're gonna stick to one thing and have that thing forever. Is that you feel comfortable with that, and you probably are going to evolve and not even realize that you're evolving with that, and that your standard or your physical look is going to also evolve with that.
And then I don't know, I'm making this on my own, but you can remove it or take it out if you don't think so. But since we don't wear a lot of makeup, I would love if like our listeners do a challenge for us to do with makeup. Give us like a challenge. Like give us a challenge.
How we're gonna do it live?
No, like
we're gonna like
no,
put
like
the
they
makeup
can
on.
maybe like leave a comment.
Okay, like challenge you
Yes,
to
like
wear
they
these.
can like either they can leave a comment or send us a DM and be like, okay, my challenge is for both of you guys to wear pink eyeliner for a week or whatever, and then we try it to like something to get us out of the box. But like we said earlier, don't get us too out of the box. So no base or stuff like that, because that's gonna be way too much, and we're probably gonna do it once and not do it again.
No, it will be a suggestion like you will look good on this, you know. So again, you take in consideration something that we will look good on.
Crazy. And then wouldn't that be fun? And it would be something they would have us try something new, but at the same time get us
to discover something new, probably, and out of a comfort zone.
I'll take a picture and like prove y'all that I did it.
Okay, let's do that. I like that.
Nope, I got no more thoughts.
Okay, so this is it for this. Thank you so much for staying until the end after all our chat. I don't even know how long this went. An hour and 16 minutes.
We're doing...
So if you have any comments or questions about the history of makeup in general, what does makeup means to you? How do you wear or not wear makeup? You can DM us on social media. Like I said before, only social media we have is Instagram at Calladitas Podcast. You can DM. Your DMs are going to stay private unless you ask to get public, or we ask you permission to get public, and then you can follow us. You can leave a challenge on that DM also, and then you can always follow us on the rest of the podcast platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and Amazon Podcast. And it would be nice if you kind of subscribe. That way it will give you a reminder every time we put an episode. Episodes every Wednesdays.
And then also we might start doing some like gifts or stuff to our subscribers. So it will be nice.
That will be also...
If you are one, so you can be part of it.
We've been thinking on throwing away some gift for people that are subscribers and engage with us. So yeah, you might as well get something from us. That's it. Bye!